The worship service was over, and a little child, I don't remember, boy, girl, somewhere around 3 or 4, was running joyfully around the church sanctuary while folks were finishing filing out after worship. And the little child ran up and went up by the altar. And I remember the mother called the child back and spoke so sternly to the child. I was a bit disgruntled that she would be so forceful with him. She explained to the child that the altar was a holy thing and that one didn't go there disrespectfully and playfully and with loud voices and with running around. When David captured Jerusalem, he made it his capital. And after a while, he decided to bring the Ark of the Lord into Jerusalem. Now, the Ark was the box, the sacred box that held the 10 Commandments, the rod of Aaron, and a jar of manna. It was covered with gold, and 2 golden cherubim faced each other over it. It was the most holy religious object. It was indeed believed to be the center of God's presence in Israel. Now, by this time, the ark was quite old, and so it wasn't carried on the poles which were provided for it, but it was put on a cart. And as the cart was going along the rough road with, of course, no suspension and wooden, possibly metal wheels, the cart began to lurch. And Uzziah reached out his hand to steady the cart, and he grabbed a hold of the ark to keep it from falling over, and at that moment, God struck him dead. David stopped the procession right then and there, left the ark there on the threshing hole of Obed-Edom, and as the story turns out, Obed-Edom's family flourished with the ark present. And so David does eventually bring the ark up into Jerusalem. We worship because there is someone greater than us. We know this instinctively. And we're called together to worship as a community, to remember that there is a holiness present in the world that we do well to pay attention to. For worship is never about us, but is always about God. The psalm I have for today for our prayer is Psalm 100, a beloved psalm, a psalm that calls us to praise and worship. Will you pray with me? Make a joyful noise to all the earth. Worship the Lord with gladness. Come into his presence with singing. Know that the Lord is God. It is he that made us. We are his. We are his people, the sheep of his pasture. Enter his gates with thanksgiving and his courts with praise. Give thanks to him. Bless his name. For the Lord is good. His steadfast love endures forever, and his faithfulness to all generations. Psalm 100, a psalm of thanksgiving. Amen. So be it. So be it for me, so be it for you, so be it for us all.